Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz. New tonight, a fourth suspect has been arrested in connection to a homicide at a Pine Bluff Dollar Tree. It happened on East Harding in Pine Bluff on August 12th. Police say Jordan Pitts was arrested this morning. He's charged with capital murder. Officers have already arrested 3 others for the shooting. Javeron McGowan, Gregory McGowan, and Julius Ford have all been arrested and charged with capital murder. We're learning more about a shooting in Little Rock last night. Just before 6 yesterday, a Metropolitan Emergency Medical Services, or MEMS, employee was shot in the parking lot. They were taken to the hospital and are in critical condition. Arkansas State Police arrested Omar Pena Romero in Texarkana about 3 hours after the shooting. Police say this was a domestic dispute and the public is not in danger. Over in Northwest Arkansas, TikToker Christopher Westbrook has been arrested for possession of child sex abuse materials. He has over 150,000 followers on the social media site. Westbrook is being charged with distribution, possession, and viewing child sex abuse materials, according to jail records. His bond is set at $25,000 and his court hearing will be held tomorrow.
Hey, good evening. It was another hot Sunday ahead for us, and it is still hot out there. We have 99 here in Little Rock, and portions of the state are still at 100 and above. And unfortunately, we're going to see that for the remainder of the week for sure, but it is just hot everywhere in the natural state. Again, afternoons ahead this week are going to be mostly in the hundreds. It'll start to cool down, if you will, by Friday when we just drop down below that 100, but we'll take what we can get at this point. But tonight, just going to be clear skies and that warm breeze, 76 for an overnight low, with those winds just southeasterly at 8 miles per hour. I'll let you know when we can expect a slight reprieve from this and maybe a little rain in a few minutes.
People across Southern California are bracing for what could be a once-in-a-lifetime event, Tropical Storm Hilary, aiming towards parts of the Southwest. People in Los Angeles and surrounding areas are bracing for rainfall of up to an inch an hour, power outages, and mudslides. Hilary made it to Mexico this morning as a tropical storm. It will be the first tropical storm to impact the West Coast since 1939. The rain LA has gotten before the major storms have already made today the second wettest August day on record. In Hawaii, teams with cadaver dogs have covered more than 85% of the area scorched in Lahaina, but the governor is preparing residents for many more days of searching. More than 1,000 people are still missing. President Biden will be in Maui tomorrow. He'll survey the devastation and to thank first responders and volunteers for all their hard work. Musicians from various Hawaii islands are holding a benefit concert to raise money for victims. Sunday morning, family and friends gathered to celebrate the history made 180 years ago of establishing the First Baptist Church in Arkansas. THV 11's Rebecca Brown gives a deeper dive on the church's history and how it feels to live and see 180 years old.
Today, the historic Elm Grove Baptist Church in Pine Bluff celebrating 180 years of being a second home to many, a pillar of the community, and a refuge in a time of need.
This is a huge thing for us. This church has existed through Jim Crow, through civil rights, through discrimination, and is still here.
Enslaved Africans first built the historic Elm Grove Baptist Church in 1843 on a plantation. And now that one milestone is affecting generation after generation.
It has held the legacy within it, the things and the people who created all of this from their grandparents and grandfathers, great-grandfathers. So the history still goes on here in this church.
A church filled with unmovable people with unwavering faith, keeping the history alive, led by Senior Pastor Jesse C. Turner.
This day is a huge day, not only for us and the church congregation, but for Pine Bluff and for Arkansas, knowing that there was a church formed in this state to be the first Baptist church that was formed in Arkansas, and that was 180 years ago.
Elm Grove holding sentimental value to everyone's heart, but especially Marie Franklin, who has lived to see 103 years old and has grown with the church.
I used to belong to this church. I was an usher. And I was secretary of Sunday school. So I'm back home.
Ms. Franklin is the last survivor of the original Elm Grove Church, where it was once a school and church in one before destroyed in a tornado in 1939. Pastor Turner says her perseverance and her strength is what embodies this church, and is how the historic Elm Grove Baptist Church made it to see its 180th year anniversary.
And that's what we're doing. We're really keeping the legacy alive so that our young kids will know from whence they came.
In Pine Bluff, Rebecca Brown, THV 11 News.
Today, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says he'll qualify for the first Republican National Committee debate. It comes just in time as candidates need donations from 40,000 unique donors by tomorrow in order to qualify for that debate stage. Asa has spent the week in Iowa. Tuesday, he joined the state's governor for a Fairside chat at the state fair. And yesterday, he spoke about the future of the Republican Party at the fair's Soapbox event.
You know, I was for Trump in 2020 and 2016, and we moved away. It's not the right leader for our future, and so it takes a little while for Iowans to figure out where they're going. And that's why that debate is important, is that you will help decide where you're going to go after you move away from Donald Trump.
The first debate will be this Wednesday, the 23rd. Former President Trump is expected to skip the debate this week. Many school districts across the state are trying something new this school year. We've been talking about 4-day school weeks for years, but now we're seeing more districts in Arkansas follow that nationwide trend. And as THV 11's Brooke Buckner found out, the move is actually working.
Mayflower Elementary School's hallways are full of students again, but the first week of the new year was a short one. So will next week and every week until the end of the year. That's because the district made the switch to 4-day weeks during the 2022-2023 school year.
We were trying to look at other areas where we could do something that would make us look different than our neighbors.
Superintendent Andy Chisholm says so far it has. He's noticed improvements when it comes to keeping teachers. He says that was his main goal and reason for the schedule change.
After we had had employees here for 5-6 years, they realized that if they were making life changes that, they could make more elsewhere, and we were losing them due to that.
Now he has more applicants for open positions.
And one of the questions, obviously, is, when we get there is, we're on a 4-day school week, and often a lot of them will say, yes, that's one reason why we applied here. So we are seeing, some evidence that is helping, curb the attrition rate.
And that's not the only benefit he's seen.
Student and employee attendance improved last year. We had fewer behavior referrals, fewer discipline issues, and overall our summative test scores went up.
Over in Garland County, the Mountain Pine School District is starting the school year on the same schedule for the first time.
We just needed something to try to inspire them to come to work more and kids come to school.
Superintendent Bobby Applegate says attendance was the main reason why they changed the schedule. And just like Chisholm, retaining teachers is another goal.
We wanted to try it, and that's what we're doing.
The main goal is to make sure that, we're reaching every student, every day, every way.
In Mayflower, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
Right now, there are 30 school districts here in Arkansas that are on a 4-day school week. One minor issue Mayflower has seen so far is more car traffic because less students are riding the bus. Still ahead, a historic Benton pharmacy is closing its doors after 133 years. After the break, we're going to take a closer look at the impact of that closure. Tracy?
The heat continues, and I'll let you know what you can expect for this week, and maybe if we have a little rain in the forecast.